Which Rose Anvil wallet is right for you? If you want something that has room for more than a couple cards, but something without a fold and minimal enough that you're forced to carry only what you need, the SBB wallet is the perfect balance for you. With 3 total pockets, 2 in the front and 1 back pocket with room for folded cash, and measuring 5.6 millimeters thick, the SBB wallet is less of the bulk and more of the space. Get yours at roseanvil.com.
Okay, let's do it. This was a late night sick me buying session. I got the flu over the break, and when I get sick and I don't have a girlfriend, I'm not married, I don't have any kids, I got toaster. So I'm all by myself. Sometimes you gotta do a little retail therapy to make yourself feel better when you're sick. But with good reason. It's not like I just bought a couple things that I just wanted, because I don't actually spend that much time spending money on myself unless it's through the biz. So, what are these? Well, you probably heard me talk about it. We've been designing a last in-house for, we've been doing this for 2 years. We've been working with Jones and Vining, working on initially it was, we'd want to take the Munson last and drop it to make it a sneaker last. And since then we've done a bunch of iterations. This is V4, where we kind of softened it a little bit, brought the toe out even more to make it really, really straight. Softened this up a little bit just to give it a little more, more casual look rather than the straight, hard angles of a military boot. And we even brought this out more too. So if I get that lined up perfectly on the grid, that's pretty straight, but you'll notice that big toe is really straight. It's not till right there that it starts to curl in, but the idea is your feet, you don't want your foot right to the end anyway. Sometimes in barefoot shoes you want to do that. I don't do that in barefoot shoes. I want a little bit of room. And what that allows you to do is have a little bit of an optical illusion to make it look less wide by bringing that in just a little bit. And so yeah, it's just like a modified Munson last. You can see that we wanted to bring that instep up just a little bit. See, I've been working on some little secret project. Because this isn't necessarily there's not even an end goal in mind with this. I just feel like nobody out there has the perfect sneaker last. And I was like, I'll just make one. If no one has that perfect balance between anatomical and aesthetic, I'll do it. So who knows where it's gonna end up. I'll probably actually end up doing a pair of mules first to test this. That's kind of the idea. I did a bunch of prototyping on mules over the break, honestly just for fun. I was just bored. And so I just came to the shop and actually got to enjoy the equipment that I've bought. Same thing about buying stuff for myself. It's kind of the issue with the shop is I'm so busy with the rest of the run of the business and YouTube and all that stuff. I don't even get to play with my toys. And so over the break, I did play with the toys. And so I might do a little run of mules, just a little house slipper mules, to see what you guys think of this last. Because I want to make it my perfect last, but I also want to make sure that I get some input from people that actually know this kind of thing, that care about it, that want to invest in this and kind of help me refine this into the actual perfect last. And so part of that, and I don't even know what's gonna happen. It's just for fun. It's just a little side project. But part of it is I get to justify buying myself some fun boots and shoes. Because, there's a big Gorpcore trend a few years ago where people are just wearing tech wear, I don't even call it, outdoors, technical outdoor wear for casual wear. And I liked it. I think it's a cool style. I'm all about it. I never really delved too much into it personally, but I love the style. And brands like this brand, like Rafiki, brands like this brand, Salewa. Is that how you say it? Let's look up how you say it first. Actually, we'll look it up later. A lot of times these technical hiking brands, they have very anatomical foot-shaped lasts because it's hiking. It's not for style. You're not trying to wear this big toe out. And I saw these 2 boots and I was like, okay, let's see what they're doing for their shape of their last. Let's see how they feel when I hike in them. It kind of allows me to feel what this would feel like if it was a technical hiking shoe, if the shapes are about the same, or where it's close, or if it brings that big toe in too much, do I actually feel the difference? Do I wish that big toe is pulled out a little bit more? And a lot of these technical hiking shoes are very anatomical, but not being barefoot, not super wide to where it's you look like you're walking around in duck shoes, duck feet. So up first, let's look at the Rafiki. Nice. I love teal, so I had to get the teals. So this is kind of an approach shoe, I assume is what it is. I used to do a lot of rock climbing, and I had a few different pairs of approach shoes, and I loved them. So you can see, that looks like it's fairly anatomical, that's why I bought it. So let's pull this insole out and see. And the other thing is this, the fun part is if you guys want to see these cut in half, once I've done my research for my project, we'll just cut them in half and do a video on them. If you guys want to see it, if it's interesting enough. Yeah, you can see this comes in a little bit more than what my ideal shape would be. Because this is the kind of stuff that I'd be doing on my own time anyway, with this project. because this is just fun for me. You know, we see so much of the industry from a unique perspective that I'm gonna do this stuff anyway. So I'm like, I might as well bring you guys along for the ride. And I said this in another video. I think we're finally at the size where when people try to rip us off and steal our concepts and sneak behind our back, I think we're big enough that we can call them on it, and like we're stable enough that like I can actually start showing you guys what we're working on. And even if a brand's like, that's a good idea, we're bigger, we have more money, let's just beat them to the punch, which has happened a lot. I think we're almost to the point where I can defend it and actually hold those brands accountable and bring you guys along for the ride instead of trying to just hide it from those brands. Because it's like my favorite part of this. I love design. The whole reason I started the business was for design. I love product design. I love making things. But I digress a lot. So you can see it's close. You know, you've got a little less toe room here, a little less width in the side. So that'll give me an idea of like if I actually want that much big toe room or if I don't mind having a little bit of it pulled in. I'm leaning towards wanting the toe room, but that's only when we find out. But as for the quality of the shoe, it feels kind of cheap, to be honest. Maybe it's just because it's light. And if I look at this leather, that looks like a suede leather. So yeah, that's why it's kind of baggy and it doesn't really like hold its shape. Do you know what I mean by baggy? Like it like just doesn't hold its shape. But I really like the lace to toe pattern. I like the asymmetry of it. So pretty cool little shoe. It looks like they got a foam midsole, rubber outsole. I like these big toe guards. And one thing I really like that me and Sam have been talking about recently is, I can't remember the brand, I'm sorry brand. This brand started making climbing shoes, but for skating essentially. So super big rubber patches, anatomical foot shapes, lace to toe design. And yeah, and they kind of look like this. They're just kind of like approach shoes, skate shoes. They're pretty cool. So let's figure out how much this is. Because I bought this on I actually bought it on a kind of sketchy site. And I was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna get these. Not the Rafiki I was looking for. So it looks like I got maybe last year's version or something, so it looks like they've updated a couple things. Ooh, I like that. It's almost like a little lineman patch. How much are they? 121 euros. I think it's like 170 USD. It looks like it's actually, that's kind of what it is. It's like a half approach shoe, half casual shoe. So pretty cool. What's this other one? Bloodcore whips are done. I know you guys been waiting for these whips, or you could just use them as shoelaces. It's a shoelace tan edge. We could have easily launched these in just a regular leather. People have been begging us for the Bloodcore laces to match all their Bloodcore products, their drifters, their bear slayers, their indie ones and Bloodcore. But lace tannage is completely different than regular leather tannage. And so instead of trying to just capitalize and sell you guys some laces that break, we spent the time, found the suppliers, worked with Seidel to really develop this the right way to make this perfect. So if you've been waiting for your Bloodcore laces, they're now available. Check them out below. And it's limited quantities. We'll order these in batches, so get them before they're gone. And thank you guys for the support of Bloodcore. It's really cool to develop something like this and have you guys support it and be excited about it and continue to innovate, and even just come out with laces is fun. So thank you guys. Check out the Bloodcore laces below and all of our other Bloodcore products, the wallets, the belts, lots of stuff in Bloodcore. Check them out below. I don't know how to say this brand. Engineered in the Dolomites. I wish all brands with a weird name would just give me a phonetic spelling. Is it too much to ask for? Salewa or Salewa. Salewa.
Salewa.
Salewa. Let's see what we got. Another teal boot. How could I not? Actually, I really like these. With the neon kind of orangey pink laces. These are so sick. I actually love these. I think whatever those ones, the Rafikis are cool. But these are really right up my alley. I love teal. I love teal leather too. We've never even done a teal leather. Maybe one day we'll do a little teal. You know, it's got the cords running through it. Is it actually useful? Probably not. But it's cool. Got a little pop of color there. Look how lace to toe that thing is too. So let's see, but you can see what I mean. Like they do kind of look anatomical. So that's why I bought them, to check out what they are like and how they feel and how they run. And I think these are too small, just from looking at the insole. Okay, so that's interesting, right? So look at this. Look how straight that big toe is, you know, within reason, compared to a regular shoe, especially if you line it up right. So that's a very swung over last. And that's a lot of times what they do with this kind of footwear, because you're hiking in them all day. You don't want to screw up your feet. Okay, but you notice that like this is pretty far cut in. That does not leave a lot of room for these toes right here. And so that's another thing that I'm gonna be testing when I wear these, is do I like to have a little room here, or do I like have that a little bit tighter? Do I like the stability of that, or do I not? Because yeah, you see if I lay this over, my shape pretty much encapsulates the whole thing. Okay, so if we overlay this, so you can see exactly what I meant. And it's not to say these are bad lasts, because each person's gonna want a different style of last based on their own feet and what they do and how they act. And so if I line that up there, you can see how much more room I have through here on my last. And even that, just a little bit pop of a big toe bump right there, it's kind of hard to get it to all lay flat. So I got a little room here and a lot of room through here. And so, yeah, so when I wear these, it'll be really good to see, do I want a more narrow last with a more straight toe and a tighter slant through here? I don't know the terminology. Or do I like that extra width? Because when you start getting the really wide widths, you can start slipping inside the boot when you're side hilling, when you're doing hiking or doing anything like, especially if like you're packing out an animal, there's nothing worse than your foot sliding around your boot. But I just love these. I think they look so cool. But they're definitely half a size too small. USA 10.5. See, but like that's how I know they're too small, because a US 10.5 is usually a 43 for me, or like a 43.5. But I usually will wear like a 44 if I want more room. And that's usually in a US 11. So that's probably why it was a little bit smaller. Sizing seems a little weird. But see what I mean? Like that's why I want to do these, because they have that more anatomical shape. Let's see how much this is. Is it women's? Is that why it didn't fit me? Made in Romania. This might be the very first Romanian made boot I've ever seen. Someone's selling for $39 right now. I think it was like 200 bucks when I bought these. That was 167 because I bought it from Trek-In. And I was like, oh, let's see if I can get my freaking boots. It definitely took a while. I think they're women's. I don't care. I love the color. I'd rock those without feeling too weird about it. This looks like they're around 200 bucks for, that looks like it actually. 270 euros. So that's probably 300 bucks USD, 325 maybe. It's a good looking boot though. I love it. Robust and reliable. The next generation men's best selling robust and reliable alpine trekking boot. This hard work wearing, is it suede? Is this one not suede? It's suede again. I think that's fine. You know, it's a little bit thicker than the other boot shoe, but Gore-Tex. I'm hoping they could say something about like the actual shape. I'm curious if they have anything about it. It always surprises me these brands don't like really dig into the details of their products. Seems so strange. And maybe people don't care as much as I do. I want to know everything. Like if I'm going to spend money on something, I want to know it all. It's almost like I started a channel cutting shoes in half to find out. So I'm going to start wearing these, take them on a couple hikes, see how they feel, see what I think of the last, because this is not like a top priority project that I need to get done right now. It's like, it's fun. It's just for fun. And that's why I record this video. So if you're thinking like, you didn't even talk about the boots that much, it's because this is a research video. And I'm probably gonna start doing some more of these and kind of bring you guys along for the ride. And if you do want to see these cut in half, that's what the main channel's for. You know, so if you really want to see these cut, let me know in the comments, help this video out, because that's kind of how we funnel projects to the main channel. Is like, you didn't get any views, probably not gonna get good views on the main channel. Oh, got a ton of views on the second channel? Let's definitely do it on the main channel. So thank you guys for your support of this channel and of our handmade leather goods and all of our projects. This is literally a dream come true. Just to be able to work on this project, even in the spare time that I have, it's really, really fun. I've always loved designing stuff, but especially when it's something that I don't feel like anyone's doing and it's unique and like I can make something that's really distinct and solves a problem that I don't think anyone else has in the same way. At least at bare minimum for my feet. It's just so fun. So thank you guys for all your support, and that's it. See ya.